So it's incredibly powerful, particularly if we come together with
Yes.
intention to heal the
Yes.
waters. And it is focused very much on your local community, but also globally. What are the ripple effects when we all join to heal the waters? How powerful can that be? Not only for those in your community, but also all those that get involved, because we are water. Hurricane Helene unleashed devastating force upon the mountains of western North Carolina and surrounding states on September the 26th and 27th, 2024. Entire forests were flattened, homes destroyed, and lives tragically lost. The raging floodwaters not only swept away communities, but also released toxic pollutants into the rivers, endangering the health of people, pets, and entire ecosystems. The time to act is now, and your participation is needed. We're inviting you to be part of something bigger, something truly transformative. Together, through the power of love, prayer, and collective intention, we can heal these waters, soils, and communities. Stay tuned to learn how you can join this global effort and make an extraordinary impact. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm deeply honoured to have Mayor Cromwell with me, the founder of Great Mother Love Way and a high priestess and humble servant of Mother Gaia. Mayor is here to help us unite in love and purpose for the healing of the waters. So welcome, Mayor, and thank you for answering this sacred call.
Well, Sarah, I'm really honored that you um, wanted to do this. I want to state before we really get started is that I'm a Gaia mystic, and a prominent Shoshone elder actually called me the voice of Earth Mother, which is incredibly humbling. And I don't always say that, but Mother is with me so tightly right now that she's really going to be talking through me, because I have completely 100% surrendered to serve her. And it's a wild and rollicking adventure, this path of surrender to her.
And I understand that you are local in North Carolina and you've seen with your own eyes the devastation to your communities.
Yeah, well, in brief, I live outside of Asheville, North Carolina, and in many ways, Asheville was kind of the epicenter, the eye of the storm for Hurricane Helene. And Asheville is where we do our shopping. But we're on the other side of the mountain. Like there's this long ridge, the Blue Ridge Mountains. And so personally, our neighborhood, we lost our electricity. Massive trees have fallen all around us. Like they're, right next to our house right now. My sweetie is still chopping up the wood. But in Asheville and a lot of the other, I mean, all of the towns and cities, and Asheville's the main city in this part of North Carolina in the mountains, some of them got completely wiped out. The rains were torrential. Apparently, it was far more powerful than Hurricane Katrina that hit Louisiana back in the early 2000s. So we're now at this date about a month and a half after, give or take a few days after the hurricane hit. And there's a lot of despair. There's a lot of depression. A lot of people have moved out of Asheville and the surrounding parts because they lost their homes. People can't work, most of them. And on top of that, the rivers, French Broad River primarily, but others were raging at such high flood levels that they carried into the waters all the contaminants that were on the banks of the river, like gas station, oil tanks. I mean, it's just, our society could do a lot better. And this is really a big call about that. But so so what happened is that now, over the past few weeks, dogs have been getting sick. The cadaver dogs they've been using to find the dead bodies. I don't think they've found all the dead bodies yet because a lot of them are buried in the sediment. I mean, it's really I'm painting a really bleak picture here. But the long and short of it is that people are getting sick, dogs are getting sick, dogs are being put to sleep. And this is a beautiful part of the world. Every part of the world's beautiful, but it's really hard for people to have any kind of quality of life when you're breathing in toxins because they've all been exposed and they're attached to the soil particles and the waterways. And so a week and a half ago, I was lying in the bathtub, which is how I get really good messages sometimes. I always do water. I do water ceremony in the bathtub. I love it. Really, I pour sacred water in, I do prayers. Um, and Mother Guide came through so clearly, and she said, it was like boom, which is how she is at times. She said, I want you to organize a prayer event for this part of North Carolina and the surrounding states, anywhere where the toxins have been exposed and people are getting sick, because this is a long-term solution if we don't do anything other than, worry and feel like we're going to get sick tomorrow because we've been inhaling the molecules, the particles. And so I said, okay, Mother, I've started to serve you. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And so the name that came forward was Loving Up. First, I was going to call it Loving Up Asheville, and Mother's like, no, 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 this is Appalachia. This is this whole region of Appalachia, loving up Appalachia and focusing prayer. And we're talking really focused prayer on the soil particles and basically the toxins, and loving them up so much with our prayer and our hearts and our spirit teams that we work with, the archangels, Virgin Mary, whoever. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to be rude saying whoever. You know who you are. And to ask the toxins to transmute into inert substances. And the thing about this is that this may sound all pie in the sky and oh, yeah, that never happens. However, there's a lot of research on the power of prayer. And when I teach my classes in the Great Mother Love year-long course, I teach about water ceremony, and I talk about how there was research done sometime in the 2000s. I don't know exactly when it was done, where people were brought in off the street, everyday people, to pray over glasses of water. And in one glass was highly toxic chemicals have been put in, and the other, it was either that or bacteria, I can't remember. But the gist of it is that this was a controlled study. And each person prayed for about 20, 25 minutes, as if they were praying over someone who is really beloved to them, who's got cancer, terminal illness. And the results were so statistically significant that by the end of the 20 minutes, I don't know the exact percentage, but almost all the people who prayed, the water in both glasses were about the same. You could drink the water in the one that had the bacteria or the toxins in it. I'm sorry, I don't have all the straight details. And Masaru Emoto, a very famous Japanese researcher who really woke a lot of people up because he started doing crystal water photography. And he found water from highly urbanized area that couldn't form a crystal. He got access water from mountain springs where the crystals were beautiful. He then started putting words to the outside of the water bottles, all very controlled, like, I hate you. There was no crystal that could form there. I love you, beautiful crystal. So water has consciousness. Water is memory. And I actually work with the mother of water, because I work with the nature spirit realms, and she's beautiful and powerful, and there's a father of water. And they're actually listening right now as I'm talking because I can tune in on that level. It's pretty humbling what's going on in my life.
It's the beauty, isn't it, when we can have the spiritual and the scientific come together. And this is the power of this work. Dr. Emoto and more recently Veda Austin as well is doing some incredible work around the secret language of water. So it's incredibly powerful, particularly if we come together with intention to heal the waters. And it is focused very much on your local community, but also globally. What are the ripple effects when we all join to heal the waters? How powerful can that be? Not only for those in your community, but also all those that get involved, because we are water.
Oh yeah,
On a cellular
yeah,
level, we're water,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's happening in the glasses that you're talking about is
yeah.
happening on a cellular level for us. So, it's healing not only the rivers in Appalachia, but also the communities, changing on a cellular level the structures.
Yeah, and that's a big thing you just said. I can only pray and hope that no, actually, Mother's talking right now. She said, no, this will happen. The more love that we can pump into this region from all over the world, and I'm rallying right now to get people on the ground at the river banks too. I'm got a flyer design. I'm going to be scattering them all over town in Asheville tomorrow, to recruit people and churches. And this is not based, not an invitation to any one spirituality, not New Agey, not Baptist. This is everybody is a heart, everybody has the capacity to love, and love is the most powerful force in the universe. It truly, truly is. And I all I know is that this is being woven on the spirit planes. Like you're coming forward and saying, Mira, I want to do this. And this woman called me yesterday out of the blue through Facebook. And I'm like, what? Nobody ever calls me through Facebook. Who's this person? She's a sound healer. She says, I will participate near the top of Grandfather Mountain, which is a very sacred mountain in this region. And as I'm telling you, I'm feeling chilly bumps going through my body.
Yeah.
So she's going to be working with the sound end of it. I'm going to be rallying more sound healers. It's all vibration. Love is vibration. And these water molecules and the soil particles have a consciousness. And if you study The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, which I study copiously because I've had lymphoma twice, and the first time I healed completely without the doctors, it is amazing what we can do when we really focus our hearts and our love and collectively as a unified field create a really powerful unified field of love and healing. So this is what we're doing. Everyone is invited wherever you are
And
around
can
the
you just
world.
tell the time? We're going to put all the details underneath this video so you can look in some more, but can you just tell us the time that this event
Yes,
will take place? And on a local level, you'll be going down to the rivers, down to the waters.
yes,
And we're encouraging people to do that globally, perhaps come
yes,
together in groups, water ceremonies. Um,
yes,
yeah,
yes. So the day is Friday, November 29th, which in the United States is the day after Thanksgiving. So it's a holiday. Most people are hanging out digesting their Thanksgiving meal from the day before, at 1:11 p.m. Eastern time. So, people can figure out their time zone and all that. And even if you can't rally a group of people and you can't access a river, just go outside with your heart and tune in. Or you can even get a map out. This just came to me. Thank you, Mother. Get a map out and look at where these mountains are. Look at where Asheville is and focus on that area with your heart and invite and envision the soil becoming pure and clean, the waters becoming pure and clean, because this collective power of our thinking and our hearts together, I'm telling you, this is New Earth energetics. This is how we
it
co-create
really
the New
is.
Earth.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I know that the collective field, the unified field, that is a field of love, but it's no coincidence that it's happening the day after Thanksgiving, because that energy of gratitude
Uh,
is so important that we really
mhm.
bring that into our waters. It's giving thanks for Mother Earth and her healing abilities, because this could be very transformational, not only to your local community, but to on a global level, if
Yes.
we
Yeah.
really, really embrace this deeply.
Yeah. And, first of all, there are spirit teams, archangels. There are so many spirit teams, angelic councils. They are waiting for us to call on them. And I teach how to do ceremonies. I mentioned before, I organize global grids of divine feminine ceremony around the world. I've been doing that for 8 years. And so it's all connected. We're all one planet. We're all one. And the Appalachian Mountains are, I think, the most ancient mountains on the planet. I believe I'm really accurate saying that. And one of our friends said the other day when we were in another meeting, said, well, the Appalachian Mountains are connected with the mountains here in England. And I'm like, I didn't know that, you know? But all the waters of the world are one.
Yes,
They're all one. So anything we do in one area is affects everything else, which is
absolutely.
why we need this kind of activity as opposed to there being just wars in the Middle East. I mean, let's amp up the love ratio on the planet.
Let's amp it up and let's just put it out there and really encourage people to share and get involved and come together in a unified field of love and really make a difference to your beautiful community. Thank you so much for all that you're doing, Mayor. I'm just so moved by your work. I just want to
Mm,
give it such a big shout out.
you're beautiful. Thank you for all your support. We're all in this together.
Sending love to you all, and please do check out the details below this video so that you can get involved. Much love and gratitude. Bye for now.